There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
I'm Garrett Gunn. You might know me from Good Boy, Warcorns, Franklin and Gus, and you're watching The Experience.
Hey, and here we are. What's going on, my buddy Rockin' Robbie? I'm here, minus John. John went on vacation for Thanksgiving. And who does that?
I guess John does. I saw him on socials
that
today.
John's gonna miss.
He had this giant.
Something that John. What's that?
I just saw him on socials today. He had this giant like sushi boat, and I'm like, bruh, he's living it up.
Dude, he's drinking beer before noon. That's what he posted.
That's what you do on vacation.
That's what he does before coming in here. Wow, that's usually 6 o'clock. So noon is a whole different level of drinking right there. So it's
if you want, since he's not here, I could like pipe in with cheesesteak knowledge or the cheeseburgers, maybe.
My buddy Stevie B, I forwarded the email to you, Robbie. My buddy Stevie B sent us. He's been emailing me like spam gifts and stuff and memes and things like that. So we've got Stevie B on board with that. Hey, we're doing a show here, people. Sorry, excuse me. I had to yell at the boss, and not really Amy because she'll yell back. But
how dare you yell at me?
See what I mean? So Adrian, what's going on, station buddy? So so Stevie B's on the spam wagon, so to speak. And again, I want to clarify for new viewers, we're not talking about the type of spam you get in your inbox. We're talking about the type of spam that you consume that is favored throughout a good chunk of the world. We've talked about recently. And JD obviously has spam knowledge, but JD, you're gonna have to upgrade the gift. Okay, we've seen the shake and spam enough. We expect more creativity from you, JD. So I got to point that out. But
I expect a raise at some point, so we'll have to talk about that.
Okay, we can definitely do that. We got Jen King in the house. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, she had a great show the hour before. I know JD was producing that, so hopefully, and John Spilio, station buddy. So so we are minus John tonight. John has gone somewhere very sunny with a beach to enjoy his Thanksgiving break. So the quality of the show is immediately better. I hope you're watching, John. And I know JD is surprised because we didn't tell him. So it's kind of like when you get to the airport and you're flying economy coach, and you go up and you go to check in, and they go, "Sir, would you like to be upgraded to first class?" That's what it's like, JD. See? So we just offered you a first class seat, even though you bought economy coach. Look at that. But I did want to get to one of our early bird specials right away, and then I know Robbie and I have some football talk. And we'll get that out of the way before Dave Cerrone joins us. All right. So the first thing up for sale tonight is Vampirella number 35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. So it has a suggested retail of $75. We're going to start. Now, this is going to be one of our best offers, takes it at the end of the night. So best offer takes it, and we're going to start it at $5. So Vampirella number 35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. So $5 start, and best offer at the end of the night takes it. So Ron's here. That's always good. We're always worried about you, Ron. Your wife had a taser. But so Robbie, interesting weekend of football, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, mostly I care about my boys. How about them demolishing the Atlanta Falcons? Very positive performance after the pitiful performance against the Broncos last week.
Well,
it was nice to get one of those.
No, I have to say that was pretty poor performance.
I agree.
Cowboys looked like they'd bounce back. The Eagles managed to win one, which to everyone's great surprise.
Jalen looked good, didn't he?
Like they look great. I mean, Jalen Hurts really looked good. I mean, but the problem is which Jalen Hurts shows up on Sunday is the problem. You don't know. Defense played well, which was critical, but you look at that second half and he didn't really throw the ball, and the couple times he did were questionable at best. They weren't very advisable throws. So I don't know what's going to happen. And the talk about Russell Wilson keeps floating in the air over there. Obviously the Philly press is all over it and talking about it all the time. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? I don't know.
Russell didn't have a good day yesterday either. So
he didn't, but he's coming back from that finger injury, and
it's true.
For somebody of his caliber, I'm not gonna make a judgment. I mean, you look at the GOAT, he didn't have a very good game either. Picks right off.
What was that, 2 losses in a row now for the GOAT? How do you think he feels about that? Here's the other thing.
Well, you can tell by his media time after the game, he didn't feel too good about it.
No, right? Who would? How about this, though? All the Detroit Lions fans, you didn't lose.
Oh, I thought that was happening, dude. I thought I was like, I don't hate the Steelers, but I don't love the Steelers because they have a fanatical fan base. But I thought, that would be too sweet if they gave the Lions their first victory. But somehow the Lions managed to not win it. They didn't lose, but they managed to not win it. John Spilio, your Bucks didn't look good. But you know what? At least, John, you have hope. See, that's the way that I look at that. Okay, you have probably one of the best NFL quarterbacks to ever play the game under center. You guys will be fine. The Eagles, not so much. That's a good one, JD. But the Cowboys. Look, I'm gonna say, to me, they always look a little suspect. They had a great game this Sunday. They're probably definitely going to take the NFC East. But what does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's easy to say it doesn't mean much to win the NFC East, but bruh, we're talking about a 7-2 team right now. Okay. So let's start respecting it a little bit more, Rex. Come on.
How much longer? You keep living that 7-2. That's all good.
I bet you wish your Eagles were 7-2, my friend. I'm just saying.
Dude,
okay.
At this point, I have no wishes of any kind other than it's really time for us to just dump and rebuild. So
I bet Lions fans wish they were 2-7.
Yeah, right. Look at this. We got Stevie B, our poor Jets fan. I virtual hug again for Stevie B. Being a Jets fan, man, that's tough. That's rough right there. But I don't know. Again, we'll see. 7-2 doesn't matter. One playoff game, you're out of here. So, all right, we got 62 lefty. He's had enough. He's had enough football talk. Must be a Lions fan. Because no Lions fan ever wants to talk about football on Monday. All right, let's go. I think we have another early bird special today. All right, so let me see. I just want to make sure I do this in order. Let's see. This was first 5 minutes, so we did that. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna do another. All right, you know what? Actually, we're gonna do this one. Shadow and Green Hornet, and this is what Nick was talking about. That John's gonna be super upset he's not here. Shadow and Green Hornet, Dark Knights #1, high-end John Cassaday black and white ultra limited edition cover. Suggested retail is $75. That will be our perfect 10 read for $10 as our other early bird special. So we've had 2 so far in between our football talk. We started off with Vampirella #35, high-end Fabiano Neves black and white ultra limited edition cover. Suggested retail of $75, and that is our first best offer book of the night, and the offers will start at $5. And then our second early bird special was the Shadow Green Hornet Dark Knights #1, high-end John Cassaday black and white ultra limited edition cover. Suggested retail of $75, and that is a buy now claim for $10 for the first person who claims it. Like we always do, everything tonight we have exactly one of. So what else happened over the weekend, Robbie? Pick up anything new? Read anything new?
I actually read a manga from Junji Ito, I think is his name. I hear so many things, and so many people are telling me, suggesting mangas to read, right? And so yesterday I had some extra time, and I read this one It's called Dissolving Classroom. It's a really gnarly book. It's about this dude and his like demonic looking sister showing up into a town. He starts profusely apologizing to everybody in the town. That to him is some form of devil worship. And so then after so many times of being apologized to, it all builds up and people's face and organs and everything starts melting out of them. And then his little demonic sister like drinks it up. Wild book. Really fun stuff. Very uplifting.
Are you sure you read the book, or did you just have a bad Saturday night out, Robbie?
Had some bad burritos, you know. Had a dream.
Don't buy the burritos at 7-Eleven. That's what I'm telling people.
Oh, we don't even have 7-Elevens, but I learned that lesson.
Go for the taquitos. They're much better.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying.
They are.
Hey, if you're going to go for cheap burritos, you go to Taco Bell.
Amen.
What's that?
I was just said amen. Amen, yeah. Brother. Right on.
No doubt on that one. All right. Let's do another best offer. So we're doing a lot of best offer books tonight. All right. So let's see. We did the Vampirella number 35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. Best offer starting at $5. Best offer takes it tonight. Let's see. We did the Shadow Green Hornet, Dark Knights number 1, high-end John Cassidy, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. That is one of our perfect 10 reads. That is the buy it now claim for $10. And then we have Deceased number 1 signed by Greg Capullo. This is a great cover. Suggested retail of $49.99. Best offer starting at $1. All right. Wow. So best offer at the end of the night, we'll take that. And I know JD will keep tight track of where everybody's offers and claims are at. Let's see.
I are good at math.
What's that?
I are good at the mathing, so keep track of numbers. I will.
Not a problem. We trust you, JD.
I love that cover. I love that cover. Capullo doing some really great like Frazetta type stuff there with like the hero figure on a pile of bodies, and
right.
Just looks dope. This is a really good deal.
Yeah, great read. Greg Capullo signed. So if you're new to the show, every book that we sell that's signed will come with a certificate of authenticity. Actually, our limited edition covers will also come with a certificate of authenticity. If it is a limited edition variant cover, like a version cover or whatever, it will come from Dynamite. If it is a signed book, then it will come from Dynamic Forces. But each book that we get signed is a creator that we contract ourselves as a company for a minimum guarantee of a certain number of signatures. And then we try to find the most interesting books for them to sign, obviously something that they've worked on or something they're connected with, like Dan Jurgens and the Death of Superman, so on and so forth. But let's see. Nico Little Dragon is at 5. Ron, gonna need you to come up a little bit, buddy. So Nico Little Dragon came up, already got it in at 5 on the Deceased. And let's see, trying to follow here. I promise 62 lefty. Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're already back behind it. So now Nico is in the lead at 5. Let's see. Hey, look, it's Fabio. Okay, so Stevie B's now in at 10.
Distracting the wife, screaming, "There's Fabio."
No, that's not Stevie. That's Ron. See, so Ron screamed Fabio and is now in at 12. You got to know which ones are hiding from their wives.
Well, Stevie said he was pulling a Ron tonight, and so he was.
Oh, he was pulling a Ron. You know what?
Yeah, he's pulling a Ron. His wife in the room.
Swear. That's my Christmas gift from our VP of operations. We're going to get that big screen up, so I'm not leaning over and staring at the little type. Maybe I could make the font bigger. See, this is what happens when you get old. You know what's funny, Robbie? When I was young, I was on like the cutting edge of computers. I mean, this was like the beginning of computers when I had the Commodore and all that stuff. I was right on it. Now, I became that old guy.
Yeah.
The guy I have a friend who still has a flip phone. Just
Me too.
Into him like 2 weeks ago. Yep,
Me too.
Still has a flip phone.
I still do. And anybody that's a fan of PCP, that's Brooks. Brooks is like way behind on technology. I felt old last night. I had to join a show on Instagram, and doing Instagram and YouTube is way different. I had to use my phone. So my Wi-Fi wasn't really working right. So I was all shoddy. I came in, I'm all like frozen. Then my Bluetooth speakers won't work. I felt the same way. I was like, I don't understand how to make that. What's going on?
I think something happens as you age. You know, I don't know what it is. At 62 lefty, yeah, I feel you, brother. Trust me, I feel you. What can you do? You know, so he whips out his flip phone, and I'm looking at him like, dude, you just made me feel a lot younger. You know, it's like at least I have an iPhone. I think it's an iPhone 6. So my greatest fear is that the next update is going to make my phone obsolete.
Yeah, it probably will.
I don't know. Maybe it's a 7. I don't remember, dude. I mean, they're in double digits, right?
I have no idea.
You know,
I think I have a Galaxy something. I don't even pay attention to what it is. I mean, it's just like I walk in and it's like, sure, I'll take that one. Is that one free? Cool, give me that one.
They don't get it free anymore.
I know. Well, you know what I'm saying. How much?
You don't get them free anymore now. They don't do that game anymore.
No, now they do the upgrade. They do the upgrade game, don't they?
Well, they do the leasing thing, so it's worked into your monthly bill. You know, they stopped giving out the phones because it was getting a little too expensive for them.
Yeah, a phone, if you didn't have like any kind of discount on it, phones are really expensive. I'm like, can I just take my laptop with me then and make calls on that? Like, come on.
All right, I would pay to see you make a phone call on the street with your laptop. That'd be interesting. 62 lefty blue says he's still rocking an iPhone 5. So I feel a little bit better that my phone probably still has a little bit of life in it. All right, because but he can't be getting the upgrades, man. You know, when they upgrade the software and stuff, they can't be pushing an iPhone 5 is what I'm thinking. Cricket, folks, 35 a month period. Oh no, I hate to say it's lefty. You know what happens, man? Cricket, you ever notice their commercials? They're all old people, which is kind of like me. I actually, John Spilio, there will be a statue tonight. And I will give you a hint. It is a Sheena statue that we're going to have on tonight. And I'll tell you what, we're about 10 minutes from our first break. When we come back from our first break, we'll throw it out there for you guys. I know we have, a lot of statue fans out there. 62 lefty, look at that. He does know something. He says Galaxy is Samsung. So he's a little bit more hip than he leads on, I think. So all right, what do you think, Robbie? You want to do another book? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's do another book. How about, let's see. We haven't done a remark yet.
We have not. You know what? Let's do a cool remark, something we haven't ever done before. And with Gunslinger Spawn and King Spawn recently out and the popularity of it, let's do the Spawn number 301 blank variant signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. It's one of our 5-star books at $50. And just, I mean, look at that. I know I say it every show. I am absolutely the biggest fan of Ken Hazer's work, and this is why. You know, we can go from, I think last week we had the Aliens one on the black variant cover that he did in silver paint pen. We've seen him do Disney characters. We've seen him do Archie characters. We've seen him obviously do, DC, Marvel, whatever. Now we see him do Spawn on this blank variant cover, and it's just amazing. It's like that X-Men mimic, okay, from way back in the day. The man can almost take on anybody's art form and be able to reproduce it. Yeah, and I think that's what makes his sketch cover remark so unique, is that he can adapt, because almost everybody else, and this is not that, oh my gosh, now I'm sounding like John. This is not to take away from any of the other creators out there, but they have a certain style, whatever that style may be, whether it's Peach Momoko or it's Alex Ross, whatever, and they have a certain style that you can recognize. Can mimic or adapt all those styles, and that to me is always what's absolutely phenomenal about him.
Yeah, I love that he can do these different characters in the appropriate style. Like this Spawn is not as, it's a little bit different than, say, an Uncle Scrooge or a Spider-Man piece, but you can also definitively pick up Ken's style from it too. I love the coloring there, the green energy bubbles. Right. I love that he's given them the mouth. That's something that they've been doing a lot recently. I love it when they draw Spawn with that mouth, and I love that underbite. It gives him this like brutish like monstrous kind of vibe to it. Like I really, really like this one. I think this is one of my favorites. Yeah, it makes him look mean. Spawn's mean. Spawn's not a nice superhero.
No, he's not. But that kind of reminds me of my ex-wife, the way she used to look at me with that underbite. But you know what? I mean, Ken Hayes should just make me and John like presidents of his fan club. So
you guys can get the secret Dakota ring and all that kind of stuff, and he'll put you a message in every remark. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
That sounds pretty cool. You got any other ideas? Email me later.
I'm a machine of ideas, man.
So Stevie B wants to know if maybe us older guys can lobby Nick to offer AARP discounts. I'm not sure, but I will say that there was a time in my life when I wouldn't join AARP, and that time has passed. Okay, because I'm looking at some of the discounts you get with this card, and I'm thinking, yeah, why not, dude? That actually be pretty cool. 62.
Those are the "we're sorry you're going to be dead soon" discounts.
Yes, and why shouldn't I take it? That's my point. So let's see. Nick says I'm sold and I need the next level. Okay. Let's see. Sweet idea, Stevie B. I agree. So you know what? Next week we'll have an AARP discount book. We'll call it the AARP discount. Oh my gosh. I don't like getting old. All right, so before we go to break, let's do a quick recap because some people may be joining us a little later. So we had the Spawn number 301 blank variant signed and remarked by Ken Hayes, suggested retail of $89.99. It's one of our 5-star at $50 books. And then we did the early bird specials for those that jumped in right away. Vampirella number 35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. Suggested retail of $75. Best offer of the night starting at $5. So $75 book, offer started at $5 for tremendous creator, very, very limited cover. Then we have Deceased number 1 signed by Greg Capullo, suggested retail of $49.99. And JD, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Ron is in the lead at $12. Then we had Shadow Green Hornet, Dark Knights number 1, high-end John Cassidy, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. And this is a buy it now, $75 suggested retail. Buy it now.
Single digits, 8 out of whatever for the Capullo. Sorry, I'm in the lag.
So it's we'll look at it's number 8 out of. Hold on, we'll take a look here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go.
Say 240, 280.
8 out of 240, I believe.
Deceased. Hold on. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is number 8 of 240 copies ever signed. All right, by Greg Capullo, comes with a certificate of authenticity. And then we had Shadow Green Hornet, Dark Knights number 1. This has suggested retail of $75. John Cassidy, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. And it is a buy it now at $10. Let's see. And
that's just who the first person who says, "Hey, I want that," gets a $75 book for $10, and no one has said anything yet.
Yeah,
that is correct. Very
what I
well
love
said,
about
JD.
this cover, what I love about this cover is that John Cassidy, who was the artist on Planetary, who did analogs of these characters in Planetary. So this is getting to see him actually do the actual characters, which I just think is super cool, especially for Planetary fans.
I agree. And it's a character. I mean, obviously John is a huge Green Hornet fan, but crossover with the Shadow and the Green Hornet. And again, as you say, John Cassidy cover, black and white. I know not everybody's a fan of the black and white or the solid colors, but I think it really brings out the art. So that's the key.
It shows you the detail that he's putting in. It shows you that detail that he's putting in, and not the colorist, and it's striking. It looks amazing.
No, exactly. And oh yeah, Nick brings up a good point. Who wants to get it before, so John gets back and gets all pissy about it? That we had Green Hornet without him here. But in honor of him not being here, our mega mix pack tonight is pretty much all Batman. So I was hoping he'd be watching, and then I could make him angry, and he'll cop onto the chat boards complaining about Batman. So, John, oh wait, what's it? Who says I should be drinking in between? There we go. Attaboy. Let's see. I think 62 Lefty. 62 lefty. Trust me, I'm drinking throughout the show. What do you think? Is water in here? No, it's actually water in here.
Water's important when you're drinking.
Yes, water's important, especially if you're drinking. I'm not talking about water either. All right, so I think it's time for our first break. When we get back, we're going to start off with the Sheena statue because I know John Spilio asked for it, and I know we got other fans out there looking for it. All right, so stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why are you wasting time wandering around a comic book shop looking for a new storyline to get hooked on?
Hi everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skin It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you the leg up on all the latest books hitting shelves this week. Your pull list will be brimming with the hottest new books before your friends even hear about them.
This is Provenance of Secrets. This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
It's Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
I'm Thomas Munn with Blue Juice Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
All right, so we're back. We got Rockin' Robbie with us, -1 John, and 62 lefties on fire tonight. Doesn't John look kind of like John Quincy Adams with those mutton chops?
A little bit.
You know what?
I like that.
Yes,
we should bring that back. We should bring that back. Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
I said we should bring that back. That whole look. And I love it when they would have it go into the mustache. We got to get John to do that.
See, the problem is that I think that when you're balding, it kind of looks sorry when you have mutton chops extending all the way over to your mustache.
Hey, man, take what you can get.
It's like this desperate cry, for hair.
Better than a comb over.
So, yes, thank you, JD, for throwing that up. If you haven't already, which I think a lot of the viewers on the chat anyway have, check out Robbie's channel, YouTube channel, Pop Culture Philosophers. Great content about comics, about pop culture, about a whole range of things. Great stuff, great content. Be sure to check it out. Make sure to like, subscribe our show as well. Please like, subscribe, share. Get the word out there. His wife, Stevie B. Let me say, his wife, Abigail. Stevie obviously knows John better than I do. So if he knows John's wife's name, I think John's wife is just happy when he comes here. So he kind of gets out of her hair. Is probably what I'm thinking. But
probably.
What's that?
I said probably.
Probably. All right. So I promised John Spilio we would get to the statue. So we are going to get to the Women of Dynamite 1/6 scale Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, based on J. Scott Campbell art. All right. So this is I want to say this is probably a 249. I'm not absolutely certain of that though. But I will check in a minute. Hey, Amy.
On it.
Oh, thank you.
She's on it, man.
But yeah, I know she's on top of it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a best offer starting at $25. And Amy's going to tell us in a second what the suggested retail is. I'm pretty sure it's like 249-ish, I want to say, but I'm not absolutely certain.
You're right.
Oh, look at that. I'm actually right once. So $249 suggested retail. Best offer tonight. We're going to start the offers at $25 for the statue. Hey, Amy, while you got it up, can you give me the dimensions on it? Or do I actually have it here? Never mind. I think I may have it here on the box. Let's take a look.
I like the Arctic camo. That's what I like. I like that she's got a
edition. that is correct.
Yeah, I like that she's got a different bathing suit to take in snowy
Amy,
situations. I love that.
There's no dimensions on the box.
Okay.
Thank you. So based on J. Scott Campbell art. Okay, so John Spilio already in for 50. Let me see here. All right, you got it, John. Got you down. All right, you're in there, John. Got you, buddy. Wait a minute. Did I miss anybody? Ron was in at 35. Ron, wait, hold on. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. John, yep, John's up to 50. Okay, so I missed the first two. So John actually opened at 25. Ron jumped in at 35, and now John's at 50. So John is leading claims at 50. Yeah, I know 62 Lefty. We would usually ask Dave Cerrone, but he's not here tonight, I guess. He may actually had to do something else. Did hang out with us on a Monday. Man, come on.
He can catch it on the
priorities, right? In
Yeah.
sunny California. Thank you. So it is 10 and a quarter high and 7 and a quarter wide. So those are the dimensions on the Sheena statue. And currently we got John Spilio in the lead. Let's see. Stevie B says, poor attempt at Abigail Adams, which was John Quincy Adams' wife. I did not read the comics, Stevie B. So that's on me. Gotcha. I thought you were talking about John's wife. You know, I'm thinking, wow, you guys really know each other because I don't even know John's wife's name.
I was going to say that's a deep cut, Stevie B. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that
I
is
like
kind of a deep cut. That kind of hurt me. So Ron's up to 55 on the statue. Yeah, I'm a little bit hurt by that, Stevie B. I'm like cut. I'm crying a little bit on the inside right now. And Robbie, I just noticed really with the Dallas Cowboys, it's going to be like that, dude. Like every Monday, I got to wear some Eagles gear. It's going to be like that.
Bruh, come on, man. I was just wearing this. Like, come on. Like, why are you going to be like this? What? No.
Oh,
why
man.
are you going to be like this? How about him? How about him?
Eagles jersey coming out next Monday. Be sure to tune in.
I'm not the shirt police, man. You can wear whatever shirt or hoodie you want, bruh.
Just like a smack in the face with your 7 and 2. Just smacking me in the head. All right. I see how it is, Robbie.
Don't be jealous, man.
I had a whole chip of spam coming out to you. Now it's not going.
Oh, man. Come on, please.
62 Lefty says I should let it go. He must be a Jets fan as well.
Nice.
Oh JD's on top of his game now. Spam light. What is the purpose? Right? It's full of sodium anyway.
Well,
it's spam. You're not worried about that stuff.
You can imagine that they put out Spam Light during the 90s no-fat craze that was going on, right?
Come on, dude.
That's probably what they do. I get the low-sodium Spam, and it's still salty as all. Like, it really is, man.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. They just they put one less of a pitch. That's what they say with low sodium. So all right. So should we do a graded book, you think?
Yeah, let's do one.
All right, let's do Batman number 95, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight as one of our 5-star for $50 books. So
nice.
John's up to $60 on the Sheena. All right, let me get you down here, John. All right, so John's at 60 on the Sheena statue. All right, gotcha, buddy. All right, so let's see. Do we have that up there? Yep, there we go. So I don't know. I mean, I saw CGC posted something new about turnaround time. I didn't read it. I was on their site earlier today, but I didn't actually click on that. Have you heard anything from your end, Robbie?
No, I haven't heard anything lately. No.
So hopefully, and if anybody out there has read it, go ahead and post what you've heard. Hopefully things are speeding up a little bit. Okay. I guess a month, maybe 2 months ago, they posted they were expanding their facilities to a location with 21,000 square feet or something like that.
Yeah.
And adding a whole mess of new employees. Again, I imagine that there's going to be some sort of lag time as they get the employees, trained up, ready to go, so on and so forth. But hoping, I think everybody is that turnaround time is starting to shorten now. Hopefully things are getting a little bit back to normal. But you never know. You know what I did see?
I don't even think we've sent anything. I don't even think we've submitted anything for months because of the shortages. So I hope it gets cut back up.
Right, I do too. I mean, from our perspective as a company, we always have something flowing to CGC to get graded. Whether it's Dynamite titles or I know we sent some Gunslinger Spawns up that way, and just regular books that come out every month, every week. So we've had a pretty regular flow. So we can attest to the slower times due to the pandemic and everything else that's been going on in the universe. I guess the only upside is that it's not actually sitting on a ship in the port of LA waiting to dock to get unloaded. So I guess there's a bright side to that. Although the plastic slabs may come from China, so I don't know if that's going to become a further issue. But again, when you get the CGCs from us, they are guaranteed the grade of a 9.8. Personally, I like any Batman cover that has a Joker on it. Probably one of the few comic book villains that they've actually delved into, I guess, if you will, whether it be the movies or the books or whatever. It's just, I don't want to say a villain's my favorite character, but in terms of depth as a villain, the character is pretty profound.
It's a great cover too.
What's that?
I said it's a great cover too. Jorge Jimenez, who, in my opinion, is the best mainstream superhero comic book artist right now. His work is dynamic, it's kinetic, it's just got so much energy. It feels like that '90s Image stuff, but like really knows how to also tell a story at the same time. Which a lot of the Image guys eventually, I think, learned a bit better. But at the time, it wasn't the most important thing. So he's kind of got the best of both worlds: storytelling techniques, as well as like nice, flashy, boisterous artwork. That's just absolutely fantastic.
No, exactly. And again, to mention that what you're looking at, because we have one for sale at this price. So 9.8 guaranteed. And Nick brings up a good point. By the time, you're packing it and shipping it, to CGC, and then the wait time involved, and then you're not really sure what grade you're going to get. Unfortunately, like most things in life, when it's your book, you're going to see it as a better grade than you might see it as objectively. So, here, guaranteed what you're getting. And anybody that's new to the show, viewing for the first time, if you're interested in anything, post the claim up in the chats. Then JD will put up a QR code and a link to our submission form. Fill out the submission form so we have your ship to address, your real name, if you're using some sort of moniker for the chats, and we can invoice you and get it turned around right away. I know Stevie B's had some. We actually told him one day we had a shipment for him on Veterans Day, and our accounting department made a mistake, thought it was shipping USPS, which was closed, and that's what we told Stevie B. And then they actually shipped it UPS, so it arrived a day earlier than he thought it was coming. So
nice.
It's easy, no muss, no fuss, and you get your books in no time flat. So what do you guys want to do next? What are you thinking?
Well, they just Disney Plus just dropped a bunch of news, including some Star Wars news about Obi-Wan or whatnot. So how about that? The Star Wars, we got one signed by Mike Mayhew, who's a
We
fantastic
do.
artist.
And it's interesting you bring that up because I heard some Star Wars news as well today. All right, so we have Star Wars #0, Lucas draft signed by Mike Mayhew, and we have one available at $29.99 tonight. I heard that Rogue Squadron has stopped filming or something like that. There's some sort of script disagreement. I didn't read the details. I actually just skimmed the headline real quick.
Yeah,
but
I saw something like that. They halted production on it, right? Like, or the pre-production, like, and they may not even want to go forward anymore, or something like that. So
yeah, so I guess that one's not coming to a theater near you.
Yeah, there've been a few of those Star Wars announcements that have kind of petered out. I guess because they kind of oversaturated. And they they didn't do I don't know, there was a lot of fans not happy with things, and they kind of oversaturated. There were Star Wars movies and shows.
Real quick, while you guys are talking about Star Wars,
Nick wants to see the Star Wars, but I've already offered it.
This is limited to 25 in the world, and it's number 11 out of 25. Which better if I do it that way?
But these go to 11.
Just thought it was cool. Blue Signature series.
So what else did you hear about it? What's happening with Star Wars, right? It's like after the Mandalorian, there was a lot of talk, and then nothing's happened.
Yeah, they're riding a lot right now on the success of this Boba Fett show, I think, and the Obi-Wan. They got other things they're going to do, but they definitely have realized that they got to pull back probably some of it because, to be honest, like the demand is there, but the excitement's not necessarily there. So people loved Mandalorian, and that really worked, right? So they're going to eventually figure that out. What's really cool about this book, if people aren't aware, is that this is based on the original George Lucas script and ideas. So this is like it's like a what if Elseworlds version of Star Wars, like familiar characters and ideas, but done in a completely different way. It's a really cool curiosity for Star Wars fans in particular to see that realized. That original vision.
Right. And talking about Disney Plus, I finally got to see Shang-Chi this Friday. I think it was released on Disney Plus. And
what'd you think?
I usually get my movie reviews from Amy because she's always right out at the movie theater. Within the first week that something gets released. And she said it was a good one, and I enjoyed it. I did. I wasn't sure. I wasn't a huge fan of Awkwafina before the movie, but now I'm actually a fan. I think she really added that kind of comedy light element to the whole thing, and the lead actor as well. I think they worked well together.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I didn't really enjoy it the first time I watched it. But
did you watch it in a movie theater? Or did you watch it?
I watched it in the movie theater, and I don't know. Like, to me, Shang-Chi. Like, I want to see Bruce Lee in a James Bond film. I want it to kind of go back to those 70s kind of vibes and flavors, and tying it in with the Mandarin and making it mystical, and he's got powers at the end of it. And I don't know. I got to rewatch it again because there have been MCU films that I've watched and didn't enjoy, but then enjoyed them later on when maybe my expectations weren't set a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that one of the problems was it was originally developed with a Chinese audience in mind. The irony of the story is, of course, that they're not allowing it to be shown in China. Now that may or may not change.
Yeah.
But it's so they had to alter it a little bit. And I got to be honest with you, Robbie. I mean, reading those comics coming out, because when I was young, Magical Land, it was so effing long.
I agree, Manny. I 100%.
It's not when you watch it at home. I know Amy's going to yell at me in about 2 seconds. But when I watch it at home, you can break it up. You put it on pause. You'll get something to drink. You go to the bathroom.
I mean, I got to this. I was like,
couch, I have pause again, and the movie comes on. Can't do that in the movie theater.
I was just telling myself, Rex, that I have never read a Shang-Chi.
Oh, that was Amy sighing. I told you, man.
I was thinking
this is a never-ending argument in our office, okay, between me and her, because I am not a movie theater guy. I don't, is it nicer to see it on a big screen? It absolutely is, okay. But ultimately, my experience has not diminished that much by seeing it on my TV screen. Yeah. And one of my buddies, who's also an old guy, all right, when I told him about Amy's theory, he goes, "What do you need to pay all that money for? You know, if you want a movie theater experience, get your Barco lounger and move it closer to the TV screen."
I love the movie theater. I love the movie theater. I love the experience. And to me, like, I watch so many movies at home that when I'm doing the same thing but at a theater, it makes me feel like I'm changing it up. Like we're going out tonight, baby. We're going to go to a separate place to watch a movie, not just at home, right? So,
I'll tell you this, right? If that's what you use to as an excuse to take your girlfriend out, you better go find some restaurants, because that ain't gonna fly too much longer. Is all I'm saying.
Dinner and a movie, the classic, bro. Dinner and a movie, but it's still the classic date, right? But I saw Dune in the movie theater, and I'll tell you what, I've seen it at home since. It ain't the same experience. Like, but I don't have like an amazing entertainment system like I know a lot of people have. Like they have the giant screens and
I don't either.
Giant surrounds. I got like a tiny 40-inch TV and a sound bar. You know what I'm saying? That has a hum.
Dude, I just moved the chair closer to the screen. That's all. That's all
you're like a kid. Bro. You're like a kid, and the mom's like, "Stand away from the TV. Don't get so close."
That turned out to be crap, because I've been irradiated by the first generations of TV, and I have not grown a third arm. Okay?
Yeah, and just look at it. They're telling us not to stand close and stare at the TV and mess up our eyes. Look what we're doing every day. We all got our heads in devices on screens. You know, it's weird.
So so we got some kudos on the shipping, and I appreciate what everybody is saying in the chat. And just so you know, we work with a great team here. And I want to give a shout out to Amy, who does a lot of the legwork, with me, and taking care of orders and making sure they get processed quickly. So, we appreciate it. We certainly don't want anybody to wait too long for their books or whatever they purchase. We want to get it right out to you as soon as we can. We know that when you purchase something, I know I feel this way when I purchase it on Amazon. I do the swipe, which is the one-click buy. I got to turn that feature off. That's dangerous. Next thing you know, right? you're kind of walking. You find yourself aimlessly walking to your front door, like, is it here yet? It's like my credit card isn't even processed yet.
Or you forget about it and you show up and you're like, why do I have 5 packages at my door?
Yes, I've done that before. Yes, and I have a neighbor who's they're nice married couple. They're a little bit older than I am, and I'll see the UPS guy roll up, hand him something. He goes, "Man, I wish I knew what this was."
That happened to me a few weeks ago, and I opened up a package, and they were burger rings, because I started watching this YouTube channel about making these Oklahoma burgers and things like that. And I was like, I need like something to form burger patties perfectly. And I ordered some burger rings one night, forgot about it. They came in. I was like, what's this? But they work. They're awesome. So, yeah.
Burger rings. Mine was cast iron pans. During the middle of the pandemic, I had this ridiculous notion I was going to cook all the time. I bought all these cast iron pans. And, I started reading about them. That's what was scary. I actually started reading about how to cook with them, all this stuff. And I got to tell you, number one, you got to clean them right away. Number two, man, they're really heavy. Okay. And that lasted for about a month and a half. And I was like, well, this is way too much trouble. And I got the ceramic nonstick pan. So I'm right back to that, where, just take a paper towel and wipe it out and, hang it up. We're good.
Exactly.
But man, I was all into it. That didn't last very long. However, if you break into my house, I have deadly weapons everywhere. Okay? Man, that cast iron pan is heavy. So, all right.
That's true.
So we do this every show. We're going to do it again tonight. And then we're probably going to try to switch it up a little bit. But we still have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set available. So that is 10 random Dynamite titles with a cover price of $3.99 or higher. So suggested retail of $40. And we have it tonight for $5. And the reason we do this is as a thank you to our viewers. Obviously, I know a lot of our regulars have picked up on this, but also to kind of expand the collecting community, the comic book reading community, and to introduce you to new titles. So if you end up getting this for yourself or as a gift, it's a great gift. I know a few people have bought it for that express purpose. Give somebody 10 comics who's a comic book collector, introducing them new titles. And of course, at $5, how can you lose? 50 cents a comic is what it boils down to. So, and
it's the holiday season. So perfect gift giving, perfect stocking stuffers. This is it right here.
Well, it better be a good, fairly big stocking because you don't want to bend them.
Well, you just do like what the mailman did when we ordered comics through the mail back.
Oh my Lord! and I grew up living in an apartment, so our mailbox was all of maybe 3 inches by 3 inches, maybe 6 inches by 6 inches. So everything got squashed in there. It was crazy. Yep. And then along with the junk mail, you'd find stuff that's all crumpled in the back. So let's see. No, I'm just seeing what Adrian. So 62 Lefty wants to talk about cast iron pants, so I have to offline email him about it. I've become an expert, 62 Lefty. I don't know how it tastes. My daughter says it didn't taste very good, but whatever. But I did spend a lot of time seasoning it because you have to season it. Yeah. So I spent a lot of time doing that. All right. So the 10-pack is still available, and I'm going to do, I guess, a quick recap of things that we have out there. So we just did the 10-pack, Dynamite 10-pack reader. We have the Spawn number 301 blank variant signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight, one of our 5-star at $50 books. We just showed the Star Wars number 0 Lucas Draft signed by Mike Mayhew. We have one available at $29.99. And then this was one of early bird specials, Vampirella number 35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. And it is one of our best offer takes it of the night. So best offer starts at $5, and the highest offer at the end of the night will walk away with it. And let me take a look here.
Love those skulls, man.
Yeah, I know, right? And there were only 50 copies of this limited edition cover ever printed. So it is suggested retail of $75. Offer start at $5 on that. We have Deceased number 1 signed by Greg Capullo. Suggested retail of $49.99. Ron is currently in the lead with an offer of $12. And then we have Shadow Green Hornet, Dark Knights number 1, high-end John Cassaday, black and white, ultra limited edition cover. Suggested retail of $75. This was our other early bird special. Buy it now at $10. So $10 will take that book. A suggested retail of $75. And then we did the Batman number 95 CGC grade at 9.8. Suggested retail of $89.99. 5-star at $50. And then we also did the Women of Dynamite 1/6 scale Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, art based on J. Scott Campbell. Suggested retail of $249.99, and I believe John Spillo is in the lead at $60. I have a 16 on the Denise one there back there. Hold on. Okay, so Stevie B, you're at 16 on the Deceased. All right, gotcha, buddy. Let's see, get that down. All right, so you're at 16 on the Deceased number 1, signed by Greg Capullo. Let me see, did I miss anybody else?
It looks like you got a bid on the Vampirella.
Hardcore spoilers. BBB, thanks for joining us, buddy. I'm going to shorten that to Triple B because if I keep saying BBB, I'm going to say something stupid. You got the Vampy at, let's see, $10. So you are in at $10, BBB. Let's see. Got you down, buddy, for Vampirella number 35. So you are currently in the lead. Let's see. So out of the 9 readers pack I have ordered, I've only received 2 duplicates and one was on an alternate cover. That's $45. Thank you for saying that, Lefty, because we do our best when we have a customer that orders our Dynamite and orders multiples. The guys in the back know, oh, this is going to one customer, so they try to mix it up as much as they can. Although we've sold a lot of them now, so it's hard to say if they can avoid duplication going forward. But Triple B. Yeah, buddy. So, all right, Ron is at $75 on Sheena. So that puts Ron in the lead. I'm going to guess that Ron's wife is out for the evening. Maybe having dinner with friends or something. he's putting those claims up with abandon. He's not scared of anybody, at least not yet, until she gets home. and she yells, "Ron, what are you doing?" And that's where
I'm
Ron
just
goes with
holiday shopping. That's I'm just
no,
holiday
that's where
shopping.
Ron goes with. I'm watching the Bible study show, hon.
Yeah, right.
Hallelujah. Oh man. Let's see. And 62 lefty. That's good news. I'm glad we were able to do what we hoped, we promised that we would do on the Dynamite 10 packs. Try to mix it up as much as possible. But again, one of the things I want to say is we have a lot of regular viewers. We always get new viewers in there, but we've been getting a lot of regular viewers that join us almost every show, and we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the viewers, but we really appreciate those that choose to spend their evening with us. And that's absolutely awesome. We appreciate it. And Ron, I get that. Stevie B's at 16, so I do have that. So we should be good on that. Ron goes, I just keep yelling squirrel, and she looks the other way. She is definitely not home. He would not be brazen enough to make that joke if she were home. Yes, 62 lefty. Manuel is great. Manuel is in our accounting department. He tends to like to stay behind the scenes, but he's the guy that takes care of all of that for us. So him and Amy, they are essentially our team, our guys in operations who spend a good chunk of their day helping me find books to put together the shows. Because nobody wants me back there picking up stuff, because then I'll just mess it all up and then nobody will know what the inventory is. So we appreciate that. John,
62 lefty. We did get Manuel a chair that's a little bit taller for him. So
so John Stilio is at 80 for the Sheena. All right, I got you, buddy.
Throw him a pizza party at least, Nick. Come on.
Yeah, right. I'd like to get these instead of being just the conveyor belt to pass the pizza along. But yes, and thank you guys for saying that. And I will definitely let Manuel know tomorrow about all the shout outs to him. I appreciate him. I appreciate Amy and everybody in the building that helps us put this together. Believe it or not.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I have the easiest part, just sitting here chilling with Robbie, and on Wednesdays AR and John when he's not on Thanksgiving break and like he's a college student or something.
This is his spring break.
Hanging out, talking with our viewers, through the chats, so I really do have the easier part of the job. But thank you guys. And definitely, believe me, they're appreciated. Appreciate, Rock and Robbie taking his time out to join us on Mondays. And appreciate him having me on his show on Fridays as well.
Of course.
So again, JD, if you get a second, post that up. And Triple B, awesome, buddy. I'm glad you're loving Dynamite titles. That's awesome. It's always great to hear that. And we are at 7:01, so we got to go to our next break. So stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Hi, I'm Travis, the King of Source Point, and you're watching The Experience.
And we're back. You got Rockin' Robbie and JD producing our show, and myself minus one John. And I guess John's not watching because he would have chimed in on the Shadow Green Hornet book with something. I know him well enough. He's a Green Hornet fanatic.
Well, you said he started drinking before noon, so he's probably sleeping now.
That might have something to do with it, right? If you're drinking, at least for me, if I'm drinking before noon, I'm out by 7:04. So Chamorro said during a break he had to bounce out and watch it. His son's stream was starting soon, but let's see. He says, "Never mind. I need to change my clocks yet." So Ron has asked, "What's the next remark?" Okay, Ron, we got it for you, buddy. All right, here we go. Let's do Flash number 750.
Oh yeah.
All right, and we may have had this on before or not. I'm not sure, but
this one's
beautiful.
Is
one of my personal favorites. So Flash number 750, red blank variant, signed and remarked with a black and gold Flash sketch by Ken Hazer. Again, always amazed by the man's work, his use of colors, his ability to do a sketch cover on any color blank. It's just amazing to me. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight for $56 for 1956, when the Flash first appeared in Showcase number 4.
Nice.
So, somebody, Lars man, hey, thanks for joining us, buddy. He says, "OMG, that comic shop locator commercial sounded like an 80s mall advertisement." It actually kind of did.
I think that's what they're going for, right? Surely.
Hey, listen,
that's intentional.
That's because most of us grew up going to the malls.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing how retailing has changed, which brings us to a topic that we touch on, in all seriousness, the slow kind of disappearance of your brick and mortar stores. So, a lot of people ask, what is the show? And when we started the show, I don't really know what the show was. We really didn't know what the show was going to be. I met John, and this was before Robbie came on board and joined us every Monday night, and we were trying to figure it out. We had watched a lot of shows on the air. We saw how other people were doing it, and we wanted to be a little different. So we watched shows like Robbie's and shows like AR Comics, and watched that content portion, where they were dropping some serious knowledge and serious information on you. And then we watch the claim shows, and those shows are specifically for sales. And you see their format, it's one right after the other. And I know sometimes we drift off into talking about the NFL or, Dune, or Lord only knows what we can drift off to.
Spam. And
we want it to be something different from those normal claim shows. And they do great. Nothing against them at all. They a lot of these shows that I watch, but it's a different format. And then yours and AR's are strictly content. You're talking about, there's John Cole. There he is in the house, John. A little late, buddy, because we had a Shadow Green Hornet here for you, but too bad. Would have given it to you if it didn't sell, but too bad. And we were trying to differentiate that. And I think we kind of found it with the help of our viewers, and our interactions through chat. Was we found that we're somewhere in the middle. We want to talk about comics. We want to bring some great deals to you. We also want to talk about other things. And that's kind of where we ended up, where we're at. It just kind of grew out of itself in a way. And one of the biggest things of why we do this is in an effort to support the hobby, help the hobby grow, and really to help the local comic book shops out there. And I know that John had told us he had read an article, this was probably a couple of years ago now, and how half of the local comic shops across the country have disappeared. And, obviously that's something that's been happening to brick and mortar retail for quite some time. But even though digital comics have kind of entered the scene, they haven't quite taken the hold as, say, books have. And I think there's a reason for that. And, I've talked about this. There's something tangible about comics and reading a comic book or even collecting a comic book. with books, I love the stories. I mentioned it before, Robbie. Huge Frank Herbert Dune fan. Started reading the novels when I was a teenager in high school. Read multiple times since then. But I never fell in love. So we've got John. Let me see, John. The Flash is not a unfortunate. Oh, Flash at 50. Oh, Flash 56. I'm sorry, buddy. See, I really need a bigger screen. I didn't read that. So, John, you're in it for the claim at 56. This is a buy now claim, so it's yours, buddy. So I never fell in love with the paperbacks or the books themselves, and I wasn't a real hardcover kind of guy because I was really reading, and a hardcover is kind of, a hardcover book is kind of difficult to carry around with you. It's not very convenient and whatever.
Well, they did pocket books for a reason. So,
right, exactly, right. So I probably bought Dune multiple times. I probably owned 4 or 5 copies, through my life. And probably the best thing was Kindle for me, because when I used to travel, now I don't have to carry all those paperbacks with me on the plane. I can just pull it up on my phone or my Kindle when I had one. Now I just read it off my phone with the super big old man font. And it's so easy. And then I run out of a book. An overseas trip used to necessitate a trip to Barnes and Noble or whatever, and start picking up books that I may not even like, but I didn't know. I just knew I needed reading material for the trip.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really happened with comics. And I believe that the same thing can happen for the local comic book shops, is that there is a tangible experience to going. Neil, you're right. I do need a jumbo screen. There is a tangible kind of experience that you go to your local comic book shop. You meet with like minds. You talk about, comics. You talk about other things. You talk about your kitchen sink for all you know. But you're with a group of people that have a common hobby, a common interest, and those moments are sometimes lost. Now, does it mean that your local comic shop doesn't need to convert over to a more digital format in terms of sales, like allow a portion of their customer base to order online? No, of course not. You have to adapt to the times. But it's really important, because once they disappear, I'm not sure how the outlook of the comic book industry is going to be after that.
Well, I mean, the comic book industry is mostly geared for the direct market, and so that's something. If the direct market shrinks, then the industry is not going to grow, And you got book sales stores, and we're seeing growth in other areas, and but we're looking. There's ways to do this and to work with things. One of the things we were talking about on our show Friday was that Diamond's not really seeming to be helping those smaller shops right now, because with all the delays that happened, and they had the ransomware attack, and I know you can't really. I mean, I guess you could prevent that. You could have. I don't know what's going on, but as a retailer myself, because those that don't know, I don't just do the pop culture philosopher stuff. I am a store manager of a comic shop here. It's been around for over 25 years, and so having a delay in our shipment doesn't hurt us as bad as it would a smaller shop that says maybe they only have a few hundred customers. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't come in there and their Venom #1's not there, if their Vampirella 25's not there, they don't care about ransomware or shortages or anything like that, or damages. They don't care. They just know that you didn't have my book. I'm going to go somewhere else. Right. And I think there's a way that you could do some things. And we were talking about this Friday, once some competition came up, it showed a lot of faults in the one distributor system. And one thing I would really like to see, me personally, because this is what got me into comics, is I used to see comics at the grocery store, at the supermarkets, at the drugstores. They were around me. And that could happen again, especially because these characters, people know them. They're on the best-selling movies. They're in the most watched TV shows. How hard is that to try to make that work? And there have been things to do here and there, but how hard would it be to have the next Marvel movie, I don't know, actually have a trailer ahead of it about the next Marvel event, and let people know there are comic shops every day, at least 3 to 4 times a week. Someone comes in and goes, I didn't know comic shops still existed. And it's crazy.
I guess, I think you touch on a very important topic is that the movie growth, although we've seen comics, certainly golden and silver age books, start to appreciate in value, there hasn't been the same pull in terms of growth that you've seen with the movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of short-sighted of the studios, because the studios themselves, you guys are leaning heavily on this as source material. Maybe you think you'll never run out. But then did anybody ever think that what your top 5 out of 10 movies released this year would be comic book related? Maybe it's more than that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay. There isn't a lot of original content coming out of the studios. I can see the financial reason for that. Let's go with something that's working as opposed to take a risk on something that's new, artistic, or whatever. I can see why they would do that. But again, even this source material is eventually going to run out if you don't support it. Yeah. 7-Eleven was the go-to when you were young. Yes, I agree. And now they don't even carry it. So it makes you wonder if one can sustain the other for any length of time. And what you bring what you bring up about Diamond is another interesting fact. Would you put John Spilios? Would you put comic shops in movie theaters? I would.
No, I put a spinner rack. I'd put a spinner rack in a movie theater. Why not?
You could just as easily have a fight on the subway as you could in a comic book shop, right? What's the difference? Somebody flying out the comic book shop window. I think there's something there. I think Big Bang Theory, when it was on, kind of put it into the forefront, into the mainstream. And now that it's gone, you don't really have anything like that anymore. And I think people forget. They go to the movies, they go, "Oh, this was an awesome movie. That was great." Where do you think it came from?
Exactly.
It's not like some guy just wrote the script. That was all based on the original comic.
But that's what I love about this show is what y'all do is kind of recreate that in the digital space. We got to grow, we got to change, we got to morph. It's different. Yeah. The YouTube comic book community has exploded in the last few years, and it's become where people go. We used to read Wizard magazines, Comics Journal, Comic Shop News. Now we all just go to YouTube, right?
Yep.
So
no, you're absolutely right about that. It's those kind of magazines and stuff are going the way of the dinosaur. Kind of like my daughter has no idea that if you put her in a public library, told her to research a topic, she'd have no idea where to start. Yeah, she complains about all the research she had to do, and I have to tell her, back in my day.
She doesn't know the Dewey Decimal System.
No, she has no idea what Dewey Decimal is even. I tell her I have to look on little cards and then find the book.
Yeah,
Why
right.
do you have to look at the little cards? Why don't you just look on your phone? And
Can I show a couple things
work
off?
that way back then.
Right. Yeah. Can I show a couple things off real quick? So, our Diamond shipment was late, so I finally got these in, and I just wanted to say that I bought my first Ken Hazer books this week.
Ooh.
He did those TMNT homage covers to Vampirella, and I want to get the official dues. I got y'all here. Is this Nyx, right? You pronounce this Nyx. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Both of these comics were super cool covers. I really liked Nyx #1. I thought that was really, really cool. So it was right up my alley.
So it did come in. So your shipment did come in. That's awesome.
Yeah, it finally came. So that's
So
and our
back, go ahead.
Well, and we've already gotten this week's shipment too. So Diamond's not going to be late this week.
Caught up with itself.
Yeah, we're getting caught up.
So all right. So Emmy Comics is in the house. Thanks for joining us, Emmy, as always. Ron had a question early on. He wanted to know what the Mega Mix set was for the night. So we're going to tell you. So in honor of John, hopefully he's still watching, the Mega Mix set tonight is all Batman, baby. In honor of John not being here, sitting on a beach somewhere, drinking, at noon. Was it before noon? Hopefully he was in our time zone. For all I know, he could have been in a different time zone. He could have been in your time zone. That'd be embarrassing. That'd be drinking before 11.
Hey, it happened, man.
So, all right. So what's included in this? We have Batman number 92, CGC graded 9.8. Batman number 51, signed by Tom King. Dark Knight's Metal #1. Let's see. Signed by Scott Schneider and Greg Capullo. And Batman Superman #1, remarked and signed by Ken Hazer, and signed by Jay Lee as well. So this is our Mega Mix pack for the night. and we have it for $99.99, and this one is a bargain because of the autographs involved. Ken Hazer remarked, "This is an awesome Batman." So you get all 4 for $99 a night.
Love it. I love that Capullo cover. It's so poppy. It's just great.
Yeah,
The colors there.
I decided it had to be all Batman because John wasn't here.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
hey, do we have a contest to run today?
Yeah, we do. I've got all you had to do if you join us on the Friday preview show, me and Rex like to just talk football and who knows what else for about 30 minutes or so and preview a little bit of the books that are going to be available here. And all you got to do is comment on that video to be entered to win the contest. And so I'm ready, Rex. What's the prize?
The prize is, so we switched it up from the ultra limited edition cover, and we are now doing 2 promo cards. So we have a Witchblade Millennial autograph card signed by Joe Jusko, and I know JD doesn't have this, and also a Vampirella Lucio Perillo collector's trading card exclusive premium. All right, so those 2 cards will go to the winner tonight. Ooh, there we go. All right, and I'll try to think up something new. We did a coin set the other week. We might do another coin set if I can find one, but at least for tonight, we're going to go with these 2 cards. Nice. And go ahead and run the randomizer, Robbie.
I am now engaging Rockin' Robbie's ridiculous randomizer revolution. Let's just go with that tonight. And it is, oh, sweet, the Cerebros. The Cerebros.
The Cerebros. Okay.
Yeah. That's a cool YouTube channel and podcast run by a homie of mine named Verno. So congratulations, Verno. I'll reach out, get his address, and send it to you, Rex.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And no, JD, we will not send you a can of Spam along with your gift. Okay. First of all, I'd have to buy the Spam at retail, although it's not that much. Unless we got the low sodium one, I think they upcharge for that.
You just got to wait for when it's on sale, then you buy it in bulk. Spam lasts
because
a long time.
Rockin' Robbie wants to eat Spam, but wants to eat it in a healthy way.
Well, I'm just saying, might as well knock some of those sodium things down. I like that. It's the old school. That's the old school Spam can from like the 90s.
The old school.
The Spam burger was a big thing. Remember that?
Robbie, did you get my email from Stevie B?
I did. I didn't have time to watch the video yet, so I'm going to watch it.
See, that's how we know. That's how we know Stevie B is part of my generation because he's on the Spam as well. He knows our younger viewers have not hooked onto the Spam train, I think.
I tell you what, one time I went to the store specifically to buy Spam, and they were out. They were all out except for the turkey Spam, which I don't know why turkey Spam bothers me because
turkey Spam.
Yeah, but they have a turkey Spam, and I was like, that's all that's left? Like, it was all gone, bruh. And, like, that's something that happens. They'll be out of Spam. Maybe there's a supply shortage or something, but last time I looked,
let's ask.
They were fully stocked.
Is John Cole in Alabama? You're in Alabama, right? Robbie?
Is he in Alabama? Yeah, I'm in Alabama.
I don't know, but it might account for your Spam shortage.
Well, we don't have a Spam shortage now. I'm just saying that it's popular. It disappears off the shelves here.
Hey,
but maybe it's just a bunch of us oldie foodies guys. I don't know. I got Spam. I got Spam all the time. It's good stuff.
Wait, Lars man went to the Spam Museum in Minnesota. There's a Spam museum,
bruh. Manny, there's a Spam museum.
I gotta go. That.
Can you try? Can you try Spam from around the world?
I can. Dude, it's only made in the United States. We ship it everywhere, but it's only made in the United States.
That's my buddy Manny. It's Chamorro Cinema, and he's in Minnesota. And he's like, yeah, dude, we have a Spam museum. That's awesome. Man, all I got is a NASA Rocket Center. I want a Spam museum. Come on.
Yeah, who wants NASA? I want to go to the Spam museum.
I do too. Let's plan a meetup.
The same reaction. Whoa, a Spam museum? Yes.
Let's all meet up at the Spam museum and do the show live there.
I'm actually, I hate to say this, I'm actually thinking about going, like planning a trip. I'm pretty sure my daughter will not go with me, but I might be all right. You want to go, Robbie?
Yeah, I've always wanted to catch a Twins game. We can correlate it or something. It'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they got some nice microbrews up there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Find that next to the Spam museum.
Let's do it. I'm down. And we'll do the show live from there, and John will have to be at the Dynamite Entertainment headquarters.
so apparently Dave Cerrone checked in at exactly the wrong time because he started watching when JD had that spam graphic up.
Manny says they do have other flavors at that museum. The Philippines has an awesome flavor. Bruh, we got to go.
Yeah, now it's a slam dunk, man.
Yeah.
Now it's a slam dunk. We got to go to the
there's a Coca-Cola museum. There's a Coca-Cola museum in Atlanta that everybody here goes to sometimes, and you can try all these different Cokes from around the world.
I've been there, yeah.
You can still drink New Coke, New Coke is kind of like a better Pepsi, in my opinion. But yeah, I got to do that. Like spam from around the world. Let's do it.
Yeah, pencil it in. Spam museum and cutting ceremony.
Oh man, he's on top of it tonight. Look at that.
Oh man, we gotta go. Wow. JD, come with us.
Wow, let's just all go, man. Come on, everybody. Let's just get together.
I'm totally in. I am totally in. Let's see.
Manny, we're all gonna crash at your house, though. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, right. All right. Let's do another one. What do you want to do? Oh, you know what? Now that we got Dave Cerrone here, we have just so you know, we have the Shadow Green Hornet Dark Knights #1 high-end John Cassidy black and white ultra limited edition cover. It is $75 suggested retail. Buy it now for $10 while John's not here. Okay, so here's your opportunity to snake John. After the exciting show we had last Wednesday, I think it was Ron and Dave were neck to neck in the statue that we had.
Oh man!
Chamorro says no problem. I have comfy couches. Don't worry. After all that spam, we're gonna fall dead asleep anyway. But all right, so let's do another book. You know what?
When are you going to get Ken Hazer do a spam variant? We got to do that. We got to make that happen. I'll buy it.
That's a good idea. You are full of good ideas tonight.
I think we should have like a whole Ken Hazer day and have him on the show and just do Ken Hazer remarks.
While he's drawing a can of spam.
That's the remote we should have at the Spam Museum.
Yes.
Ken Hazer is join us. So John Cole says whatever he claims he'll pick up next week. No, you won't. You think you will. I'm selling it all. I'm not recognizing the John Cole claims. All right. So, in honor of John, let's do this one. Green Lantern Corps, Blackest Night, number 45, signed by Pete Tomasi. Suggested retail of $49.99, and we have it tonight. Claim it. Buy it now. Claim it now. For $19.59, the year Hal first appeared in showcase number 22. Nice. So there you go. See what happens when you're not here, John?
Look at that beautiful color on that cover. It's like the contrasting green and the red. It's like a Christmas cover almost, and a Halloween one too, because Guy's got a chainsaw. So
that's not very Christmassy.
It is in my house.
So the horror fan. So Ron says, when I was a kid in the 60s, my family and I ate Spam and bologna because that was pretty much all we could afford. When I started making money, I turned my back on that stuff and never looked back. Now, you know what? To me, it's comfort food.
Yeah, really Ron, Spam was always there for you.
Yeah, it was kind of a comfort food sort of thing. What was it? There also used to be something deviled meat. Which
the potted meat stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually like that too.
It was wrapped in white wrapping or something.
Yeah, that made sense.
It's still on the shelves.
Yeah,
I see
still there.
Man, I tell you, that brings back memories too.
That stuff, me too. I ate all that stuff. Fried bologna sandwiches all the time. Pinto beans.
Fried bologna is awesome. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'll still do it. You got to get that thick cut though. You got to get the thick cut.
Yeah,
we can still talk about food without John. I love that. But
yeah, I know. But the quality of food we talk about goes way down.
It does. We're talking about bologna and potted meat. That's what we're.
Yeah, right.
By the way, John, that sushi boat made me jealous today, John. If you're still watching, that sushi boat I saw you post.
That is just so wrong that he posts stuff like that.
No, I love it.
And then tells us it's noon. It's not even noon yet. That's just not right.
He's living it up,
John.
man.
And I still don't have no sandwich either, John. So Spam Light. There you go, baby. I love it when it takes the shape of the can too.
Oh yeah, it just kind of slops out. If it starts moving like that, y'all don't eat it. Call the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right.
Because that's some stuff from Ghostbusters too. So don't worry.
All right. So we'll get to one more book and then we'll go to break. So we have Masks 2, number 1, signed by Jay Lee. Suggested retail of $29.99. We're going to do it for $18.96. The year that pulp magazines first began. And, I love this cover art. And it's signed by Jay Lee.
Yeah.
And let me see. This is probably limited. Let me see. And it is number 24 of 25. So we had 25 copies signed in gold by Jay Lee.
The penultimate signing. Yeah, the penultimate edition. I love how his signature.
That is wrong. It's an Elite Gold signature series, so it should be $89.99.
So suggested retail actually should be $89.99.
Can I see the book?
Uh-huh.
There you go. I don't want anybody seeing my ugly face.
Oh.
Ratings will drop. There's only 25 in the world. And this may be one of the last 2. It's 24 out of 25.
So we have that tonight for $18.96. And I realize, JD, we have to go to our last and final break. So hang with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Say it, and it's true that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why are you wasting time wandering around a comic book shop looking for a new storyline to get hooked on?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skin It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you the leg up on all the latest books hitting shelves this week. Your pull list will be brimming with the hottest new books before your friends even hear about them.
Susan Provenance of Secrets. This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
It's Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
I'm Thomas Munn with Blue Juice Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
And we're back. So 62 Lefty jumped in with the Underwood Deviled Ham. That's what it was. Thank you very much, Lefty. I forgot what it was.
I like that
sausages. Loved eating those right out of the can, which probably wasn't the smartest thing. Kelly's tamales. I don't remember having that.
I had the Hormel tamales all the time.
What's that?
I had the Hormel tamales all the time.
See, I don't remember. Maybe I don't remember eating those.
Well, you get the canned tamales. You slap some shredded cheese on it. You microwave it. It's gourmet.
So John says, I may have to cater the Dynamite holiday party with Spam Vienna sausages and Underwood deviled ham. John, if you bring us any food at any point, okay?
You know, if he does it though, he's gonna go all out. He's not just gonna give you slices of Spam and Vienna sausage. It's gonna be good. Can I be invited? I'll go.
but just wait, okay? Right after the show, he's gonna post some picture of food that none of us will eat. Okay, that's what he does. It's mean. I think that's like his passive aggressive side that comes out. You know, let me post all this food that these guys won't eat. Okay, it's mean. It's just mean. So, all right. So we'll do a quick recap to begin the last half hour. So we did the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, suggested retail of $40. We're doing that for $5. Green Lantern Corps Blackest Night, number 45, signed by Peter Tomasi, $19.59. Beautiful Spawn sketch. Spawn number 301, blank variant, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have it tonight for $50. Flash number 750 was claimed by John Spilios. The Star Wars number 0, Lucas Draft, signed by Mike Mayhew, still available for $29.99. We have one available. And see, Vampy number 35, Triple B, is in the lead with a claim of $10. Let's see. Mass 2, number 1, signed by Jay Lee, $18.96. Deceased number 1, signed by Greg Capullo, one of our best offer items. Stevie B is in the lead at $16. Shadow and Green Hornet. Let's see. Dark Knights, high-end John Cassidy, black and white ultra limited edition covers, suggested retail of $75. This is one of our early bird specials at $10. Let's see. Batman number 95, CGC graded 9.8. We have that available at 5-star at $50. And then the Women of Dynamite, 1/6 scale Sheena Queen of the Jungle, based on J. Scott Campbell art, suggested retail of $249.99. And we have John Spilios in the lead at $80 right now. And then you know what? This was a last-minute add-on. Hopefully, JD has a copy. But we have a Vampirella Lucio Perillo print.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
and
man.
We had, I think, what was the suggested retail again, Amy?
$29.99.
I'm sorry, say that again?
$29.99.
So suggested retail of $29.99. We have 2 available tonight for $19.69. And this is,
wow.
I mean, if you are a Lucio Perillo fan, this is a beautiful piece, ready to hang in your comic book cave, if you will. So let's see. All right, so let's move to.
I like that one.
Yeah, that is very nice. I mean, yeah, right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Perilla's art is just unbelievable. So Triple B is claiming one of them. You got it, Triple B. And then that leaves one left at $19.69. And everybody remember, if this is your first time, Adrian's correcting how we pronounce Perillo. If this is your first time joining us, anything you want to claim, put in the chat boards. JD, our producer, will throw up a link and a QR code. You click on that. That will bring you to our submission form. And the submission form gives us your real name, your ship to address, and then we can go ahead and invoice you right away and get it out to you. And John is claiming the other print. You got it, John. All right, so we got John as well. So that is gone. So we have no more. But if we like prints and lithographs, we'll look to bring more on in future shows. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, you know,
that was I almost jumped the gun too, Rex. I'll be honest with you. I almost was like, claim.
You have to put in the chat, Robbie.
I know.
Okay. All right. Just so you know, Dallas Cowboy fans, your claims move all the way to the bottom automatically.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I love how you don't let stuff go.
Can't. Like a dog with a bone, my friend. Like a dog with a bone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So make sure you fill out the submission form. We can invoice you right away, and then we'll get whatever your purchase is right out the door. So the creative keep, step down for a minute. Is that? Let me see. Batman set still available. It is creative keep. The deluxe mega mix set is available. We have one available for $99.99. It includes Batman number 92 CGC guaranteed 9.8. Batman number 51 signed by Tom King. Dark Knight's Metal number 1 signed by Scott Schneider and Greg Capullo. Batman Superman number 1 remarked and signed by Ken Hazer and signed by Jay Lee. and it is a Batman headshot. Let's see. Chamorro, you want 2 of the Dynamite 10 packs? You got it. Although that actually closes it out for the 10 packs tonight. We only actually had 2 available at this price, but they are yours. Let's see. Chamorro, I got you down, buddy.
Nice.
62 lefty. That's an interesting question, buddy. Give me 1 second. Make sure I haven't left anybody out. Give yours to John Spilio said it.
You don't have to do that, Spilio.
Nice.
You don't have to do that, Spilio. You do so much already to support the channel, so thank you so much.
That's really nice, though, man. That really is pretty cool.
I'll frame it. I'll put it up.
All right, here's where the fun begins, Robbie. 62 lefty. How many X's? I got 2. How about you, Rex? 2. Unfortunately. I'm never getting married again because I can't split my crap in half again because you're down to a quarter. So that's the problem. The good news is I ended up with the kid, although I didn't end up with a whole lot of child support, but that's okay too.
Getting personal, Rex.
Well, hey, 62 lefty asked the question, so I had to answer it.
I got you. I have no ex-wives, by the way, if anybody wants to know. I've never been married, so I've kept it
that's
lean
why you
and
look
clean.
so much smarter than I do. There's no quicker way to spend your money than kids. Let me tell you straight up.
I look so much younger, too.
That's right. Robbie is actually 62, if nobody knows.
Yeah, something like that.
See what can happen if you don't get married and don't have kids? All right. Let's see here. What do we got left? Ooh, let's do Supergirl Rebirth, #1, signed by Steve Orlando. Suggested retail of $29.99. We're going to do it tonight at $19.59, and we have 1 available. Lars, man, my ex-wife moved back in. I may be able to retire someday. Or they may find your body buried in a backyard. Who knows?
Rex, did you get that Creative Keep claim the Batman Mega Mix? Did you get that?
I just saw that. Okay. You got it. Creative Keep. Hold on. Let me find it here on my handy dandy sheet. Creative Keep has claimed that. So that is gone. It's an awesome set, my friend. And just a reminder, Creative Keep, make sure to fill out the submission form so we have your real name, your ship to address. We'll invoice you right away when we get that. As soon as Manuel comes in the morning, he bangs that out. Ron says, I'm not married, but my wife is, and she takes it very serious.
That's like a Rodney Dangerfield type joke. I love that. That's great.
And this is probably why you get tased a lot, Ron. I'm just saying, okay? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, brother. Oh my God, he cracks me up. And what's funny is I want to mention that Ron seemed like the straightest shooter, just a very straight shooter kind of guy. Whenever we drift off into tangents, he would try to pull us back, like, what's the next remark? What's the next this? What's the next that? Are there any statues? And then somewhere through the middle of all of this, Ron cut loose. I think his first joke had me cracking up. Was he was telling his wife he was watching a Bible study show, and the way to keep her out of the room is he'd randomly call out hallelujah or something.
Yeah.
And then it's just been a never-ending contribution by Ron, just all entertained and cracked up.
I love it. Ron with the zingers.
What's that?
We're Ron with the zingers, man. I love it.
I got to say, Creative Keep. Oh, this is John Diaz. Oh, all right. Yeah, no problem, buddy. You're using a different screen name. He might be hiding from his wife as well.
That's a good way around it.
So, I want to say again, and I've said it before, but I want to say it again. We really, really appreciate all of our viewers. I mean, it's this interaction that I believe makes the show interesting and keeps everybody engaged. Without the viewers, without our viewers out there, this would be a really boring show. Between me, Robbie, and John, are you kidding me? Nothing against Robbie, because Robbie can do this on his own and be very engaging. Me and John, we need some help. That's why we got Robbie on board. we would watch our own videos and go, man, we need some help. Somebody call that guy, Rock and Robbie over here and help us out a little bit. But,
yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I actually was like, I was like, Nick, I need to hang out with people that I can talk food and comics with and football. And he was like, I got the show for you. That's what happened.
Now, given Nick's knowledge of football, I know that conversation never happened. Let's just say Nick is not a football fan.
It's okay.
I love soccer.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
The real football.
Yep. Nick will be able to tell you how many home runs they hit too. So, all right, should we do another signed book or should we do a graded book? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should do a signed book because let me tell you something, Rex. One of my favorite superhero comics of the last several years was the Justice League by Scott Snyder. And I know.
Sold out.
Both of them?
Yeah.
People have taste.
Yeah. Well, so you gotta follow the show, Nick. You can't be like come in the middle, bro.
I say let's do the Justice League *1, signed by Scott Snyder.
All right, let's do it. Let me find it. Okay. So we have Justice League #1 signed by Scott Snyder, suggested retail of $49.99, and we have it tonight for $40, and we have one available at this price. Now that is a cover that I like.
It's a great cover. Jim Chung. You got all the cast of characters there. Great color, popping them out from the foreground and background. And this run was so epic, so cosmic in scope, and it never let up. When you're doing Justice League, I need every single threat to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Grant Morrison did that. Scott Snyder did that. This is my second favorite run right behind Morrison. I love this comic. Love it so much.
We only have one available tonight at $40. So and it is a buy it now claim. So whoever wants it, it's yours. So let's see. Let's do another graded book real quick. We have Walking Dead #1, 15th anniversary edition, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have it tonight for $50. So
nice.
That is available tonight, and JD will get that up in a second for us, I know. And Triple B is a Packers fan, I gather. Okay.
I apologize. I was off of my own little world there. Which book did you call?
Let me see. What did I don't even know. I was
Walking
in my own
Dead.
world too. Walking Dead #1, buddy.
There we go.
There we go.
Anniversary edition of the comic book that changed the landscape. You know what I'm saying? Brought Image back up, and yeah.
That came out of nowhere. I mean, I remember watching the first few episodes thinking, it's just another zombie movie. But they grabbed it, man. It was something else, It really was. And I think how long did it run? Do you remember?
Over 15 years, right? It went to, what was it? 140, 160? It was 160 something, right? It ended on a weird number. But just such a big deal, and proving that if you got good characters, you got good story, you got good talent, you got a dedicated team to make this book, and you give it time to breathe. This came from nowhere. I mean, this was a zombie, independent, black and white comic book that took over the world, right? So crazy.
It is. I mean, I remember watching the first few episodes and just thinking, it's another zombie, recreation that's been done before, and end of the world, zombies have taken over, and so on and so forth. And then I start watching it, and it was engaging. It wasn't just your straight up zombie sort of movie, or a TV series. There was actual, they touched on those things that how would you survive, under these circumstances? It's not just, okay, I'm going to fight the zombies, I'm going to blow the zombies up, and blah blah blah, or try to escape somewhere. It's like, what if you have to live in this? I remember the when they got to the CDC in Atlanta, boy, that was kind of depressing, man. When you realize like there is nothing out there, it's the end of the world sort of thing. And I remember that was towards the end of, I don't even remember which season, but I remember that was like, I watched that and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to watch this anymore. This is really depressing, but I did.
When the book first dropped in like 2003, it was kind of a breath of fresh air to a lot of us. It was something that I've always loved indie comics. As soon as I started reading them, I got into them in the 90s. I was a bit young in the 80s. I was just into the superhero stuff, Marvel and DC. But when I got into them, like Walking Dead was cool, man. And I always tell the story when I passed up on the first issue because I was working at the comic shop that I'm actually working at now. I worked there then. And I read the first issue. We had 5 copies on the shelf, y'all. That's why the book took off, because there weren't like huge orders for issue number 1. We had 5 copies on the shelf. I read it and I was like, oh, this is just like 28 days later. I put it back on the shelf. I got into it because I kept reading it. And then when you get the big turn in issue 6, that's when everybody started getting hooked, and it just started building. Like the trades kept selling out. This was one of it was like the only book that the store had a policy of a money back guarantee. If you bought the first trade paperback and didn't like it, you could bring it back. And only like 2 people in like 15 years ever did that, you know? Wow. So the book was good for a while, man. And it was doing something different. It was telling a human story in the world of zombies. It wasn't about the zombies. It was about those characters. Right. And that was something that really resonated with people, I think.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's hard when you're trying to delve into a topic that has been done over and over and over again. You know, I mean, in so many different versions, and each one has had its plus and its minuses. But you know, The Walking Dead, I think, surprised everybody because it was just different. You know, it was this common theme that we've all seen before, but they did it in a way that nobody had ever done it before.
Yeah, it changed the game for what Image was doing too. That's the reason why we have Saga now, things like that. It's because Image was now able to do more of these kind of books. And yeah, he's probably eating a lot of spam. Remember, in George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, there's a whole bit about spam in there where they find this food storage place and it's just a bunch of spam. And the one of the ladies goes, spam, and the guy goes, don't knock it. It has its own key. So you can like open it without a can opener or a knife. So.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, with the key.
Yeah,
that revolutionized canned goods. All right, the key. But yeah, I mean, it really did something different. You know, I was a fan of Resident Evil, mainly because I actually played the first version of the game. You know, way back in the day. I think it was on my Sony PlayStation or something.
Yeah, PlayStation. That game's actually scary because
that game was scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got a very limited view. And like I didn't like playing it because it was too like I like Mario. If the game is not
you're a horror fan.
I know. I'm just saying, like as far as video games, if it's not just running right, if it's a video game after like 1992, I'm not really as into it. Probably I'm more old school. But I used to watch my friends play that. They turn off the lights, and I would just watch them play that game. And when those dogs jumped through that window, it scared the crap.
Do you remember? It's early in the game, and I remember this because I was still playing video games, and my then brother-in-law would come over, and you know we play Resident Evil, and you remember it's early in the game. It's still the main building that you enter into, right? And you got to search out all the floors, and there's that one hallway with the boarded up windows that you go down. I forget you had to do something, but on the way back, okay, zombies would reach through the boards in that boarded up window and grab you. All right, that was, I remember the first time I really got freaked out with the game. And then my ex-wife and I went on vacation, and he volunteered to watch the pets, right? So he stayed at our house and was watching the pets. And I remember coming home and he goes, yeah, dude, I was playing Resident Evil all by myself at night. I had to stop. It was too scary.
Well, they have those weird, awkward angles that you're not used to in a video game, especially at that time. You couldn't get out of them. Like they paced it really well. The whole thing was kind of like you didn't know what to do, you didn't know what to expect, and yeah, it was playing it now. It may seem a little weird, but
well, kids now, I mean, the graphics have come so far. I don't think kids today would be scared, but for us, it was
like
scary.
Watching a movie. It's like watching a movie nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. You know, so I don't know that they get scared these days, but this is when I realized that I crossed into the realm of age. I forget what game it was. One of those shooter games, one of the newer ones, and I was at my nephew's house and he wanted me to play, right? And it was online, whatever. And I can't remember what the game was, but first-person shooter game. And literally, there were just too many buttons and just things to push on the joystick. And I remember I'm in this game and I keep getting sniped by somebody. Okay. And I mean, I would just literally come back to life and go down. And I didn't even see who was shooting me It was, and I realized at that moment, I'm done. I can't play video games. It's just too many things to worry about here. I can't do it. 360 degrees, I can't do it.
That's true. That's true. To answer Triple B, I never did buy Walking Dead #1. In fact, I never bought an issue of Walking Dead. I just bought the trades as they came out. And Stevie B asked, what black and white comic was a bigger success, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Walking Dead? I'd say Turtles, just because it's proven to be a success over decades. Yeah. So, but as far as comic book sales, Walking Dead far excelled past. I don't know. Some Turtles was out during the 90s too. Turtles had some big. I don't know how big the numbers were on Turtles. Walking Dead eventually hit some big numbers, especially with graphic novels. But as far as just like impact on the zeitgeist, Turtles gone through like what 2 generations now of fans, at least 2 or 3. Like that's crazy.
When it came out, it was hotter than hot, man. I think
still kids watching turtle cartoons.
What I thought interesting during that era was there was another title that hit, the Nom, which I thought was interesting. Just given the topic and the storyline, I wasn't sure why it was as popular as it was, but that was about the same time as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And it built up that following. It was really cool stuff. Punisher's even in that stuff.
I hate to break in on you guys, but we're running out of time on those offer items. If you want to go through this real quick,
let's do a quick recap then. So Lars Man says the Nom was underrated. I don't know. I read a few issues. I don't know, but let's do a quick recap. So 10-pack reader set is gone. Tomorrow bought the 2 packs we had available for tonight. We still have Green Lantern Corps, Blackest Night #45, signed by Peter Tomasi, available for $19.59. We have Spawn #301, blank variant, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer, available for $50. Let's see. John Spilios claimed the Splash 750. We still have the Star Wars #0 Lucas Draft, signed by Mike Mayhew, for $29.99. We have Supergirl Rebirth #1, signed by Steve Orlando, available for $19.59. Let's see. We had, this is one of our best offers, Vampirella #35, high-end Fabiano Neves, black and white ultra limited edition. Triple B has the high claim at $10. Mass #2, let's see, signed by Jay Lee, available for $18.96. Justice League #1, signed by Scott Schneider, available for $40. Deceased #1, Stevie B is still in the lead at $16. Ronald is claiming the Star Wars at $29.99. Gotcha, Ron. Okay, and you know what? I'm just gonna bullet point right down to Shadow Green Hornet is still available for $10, and I'm just going to beeline it straight to the Women of Dynamite Sheena. We got Ron at 85, but now we got John Spilio at 90. Okay, so John Spilio is at 90. All right, Ron is offering 22 for the Deceased. All right, and I think that just about does it. We are at 7:57, so we went a couple minutes over. So right now, John Spilio took the lead on the Women of Dynamite Sheena at $90, and Ron took the lead on the Deceased at 22. Stevie B is up to 25.
Nice. I like seeing this.
And let's see. And I think that's all for the best offer takes it of the night. And we are at 7:57, so I'll let it go one more minute. If anybody, because I know we have a lag time, but if it doesn't come across in the next minute, and we're done. Let me do these bits. Oh, thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Oh, Ron's up to 28 on Deceased. All right. So let me write that down. Thank you, Dave, for appreciating my pain. So Ron is in the lead at 28. And Stevie B's at 30. And at some point, I'm going to have to cut this off. Let's see. All right. So at this point, we are at 7:58. JD will suddenly cut us off because the next show has to start. I don't even know who's doing the next show. JD, do you know who's doing the next show? JD, are you there?
He's getting the next show set up.
Yeah,
he's opening a can of spam.
I'm trying to. You're talking over me. It's Miss Jen. She's doing Mishmash live from Space Cadets Connection Collection.
So if you haven't seen her show, definitely stay tuned. Just so you know, we have Ron's at 32. All right, let's see. So
you're gonna have to just do like a going once, going twice here, I think, so we can end the show.
Yeah, we should put a line out there. All right, so Stevie's at 30, Ron's at 32. They're the only two bidding on this item. So just so I don't get somebody else thrown in there, we're gonna call the line right here. We'll take one more offer from Ron, one more offer from Stevie B if they so choose. So Stevie B's has come over at 33. All right, so I got you down for 33, but I'm going to give Ron the last one since I said we'll see one more come across. So for Ron, you have one opportunity if you want to go above 33. But I'll be back with Robbie on his show on Friday evening. So please make sure to join us. I'll be back here with AR Comics on Wednesday night from 6 to 8. And then, okay, so Ron's at 30. Well, Ron, you were at 30. Let me see. Okay, so Stevie B's at 33. Let's see. All right, so Ron's at 35. Stevie B's at 36. All right, that's it, guys. We can't do it. We're at 8 o'clock. All right, so Stevie B's at 36. I'll tell you what. We got to cut. We got to cut it, and I will do a bid line next time so that we get so that we have a cutoff there. Since this has happened a couple of times now, I think last week it happened with the statue. Make sure to check out Robbie's channel. Make sure to check out me and AR on Wednesday. I'll be on Robbie's show on Friday. Be sure to catch original art on Friday as well from 7 to 8 here. And thank you guys. I want to thank all our viewers, even ones that haven't contributed in chat. You guys make the show. We appreciate you spending time with us. And Robbie, as always, thanks so much for being here, buddy. 7-2 Cowboys, ick. Dude, don't do it. Don't do it, man. And join us on Monday when you see me wear my Eagles jersey. Okay.